Yeah, the last video got cut short. I'm gonna have to edit it, but pretty much to piggyback on the subject that I was talking about. Um, somebody doing 2 or 3 jobs is gonna be stressed out all the fucking time, regardless if you get paid more or whatever. Because I don't think $10 an hour or a little over $10 an hour is good enough to sustain you for 40 hours a week and only have to work 40 hours a week in order to get everything you want and need in life, especially since you would be working that hard. And on some real shit, like, I'm gonna get some businesses going and shit, maybe in real estate, maybe in a restaurant, not to just see how it is, but to really show off my skills. Like, yeah, all the shit I was fucking complaining about, look how I did it. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? Take some notes, take some quotes, take this with you to the afterlife and your next life and shit like that. See how I did it, and then learn from me and learn from my mistakes too. But I'm not gonna let a lot of people know my fucking mistakes, because that's another thing. People will just want to take advantage of that. They want you to show your weaknesses and shit just so they can call you out on it. That's fine. That would be fine if it was all in good intentions and if actually meant something. But you trying to call me on my bullshit when you still flinging yours to the fan, I really don't fucking think so. And I'm not going to be nice when I don't fucking want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, at work here, you know what I'm saying? I work with nothing but females. I love them to death. But sometimes, even when a bunch of dudes are there too, I'm one of the most experienced workers there. And, they like to call me left and right to do some shit. But whatever I was doing prior, I usually don't even get to finish it. As far as the reviews, I got spoken to, and I was told that, I'm somewhat insubordinate. Not that I don't listen, but because things don't get done in a timely manner. Sometimes I take my sweet ass time. Sometimes I act lazy and shit and all that kind of stuff. But other times, I really just would like to be left alone to the one activity I was told, and then told the other one. Ideally, everybody wish that happened one at a time, because we're not creatures meant for multitasking. But we have to learn this shit in order to adapt to a faster paced environment or normalizing the stress of the situation. That's understandable. But if I get told 3 things at once, knowing that I'm the kind of man that has a one-track mind and is highly forgetful, and also I almost never get enough sleep. So people expect me to remember shit when I got told to do 2 or 3 things, like within succession of each other really fast. I'm sorry, man. I think I'd rather jack off with sandpaper. So that's just where I'm coming from. So I got really fucking mad today, but I didn't go off or yell at somebody. I complained. I bitched a little bit, but I'm not going to go off on somebody who really doesn't understand my current situation or doesn't perceive my current predicament. Usually people, they see someone mad, they're like, oh, let's leave them alone. Sometimes when I see someone mad, I know exactly why you mad. I know what blah 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 blah. I know why you fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got. That's all you got to see. Let's say I come home and my girlfriend's just throwing shit around and blah blah blah, and just yelling and cussing and shit, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she was like, oh, you never clean the goddamn house and shit, blah blah blah, fucking blah, this is dirty and stuff. And I'm like, I could be like, you acting out of place because I just got off of work and you acting like this. Like, what the fuck? We don't get a lot of time together. But you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. Sometimes I'm acting up on some really outlandish, childish shit. So here's how I see it. If you can just at least empathize or sympathize with somebody to not go off and let them be mad, then let them be mad. And everything will be okay as so long as it doesn't keep fucking happening. Because you need anger just as you need happiness, just as you need depression. Now, for anybody suffering post-depression, hey, my hand's up too, because I have fucking post-depression. So, some people be like, you're happy-go-lucky, you don't understand, they don't think. And I'm like, look, the goofiest cats in the room are the highest likely to commit suicide, believe it or not. Because why do they have to exaggerate almost everything they fucking do. Why are they so excited about the simplest shit? Just check that. Just ask why. Why you get so excited, and begin to ponder, begin to look into mental illnesses and mental health and shit like that. Because you'll notice a lot of people with bipolar disorder, guess what we do? Especially my type, we're really exaggerated. We like joking around all the fucking time. And usually if someone tells us something like, hey, can you chill, or blah, 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 we get extremely mad. Am I saying this for no reason? Nah. But, you know, we get too mad. We can get offended, but we get mad. And that's something I've been trying to check. So by not going off on somebody and shit, I would say that's a daily win. I've won that day. I've won that moment. Because I didn't just go out on a limb and just, like, you know, vent my fucking emotions and shit just because someone's making me mad. You know what I'm saying? Now, if someone's purposely there fucking with you, then, you know, eventually it's going to turn into fighting words. And if somebody wants a fight, they'll get one out of me. That I'm just saying. So, you know, usually when I'm not fucking with somebody, I don't want you fucking with me. You know, for the sole reason that I'm not going to lose my job with some petty shit. But if I am going to lose my job, I'm going to make it worth losing my job. Trust me. So that's just what I'm saying. And in all honesty, at my other job, I was on some shit like, if someone says something to me, like just out of their ass, I'm going to take off my shirt, take off my hat, put it down on the table or something, and be like, since you want to act like that, like I'm not a good worker, I'm no longer a worker here. It's just walk the fuck off. But, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm thinking about doing that today if something happens, but, you know, I've calmed down a bit. I'm in a different mood, so thus I'm in a different mindset, and I see things differently. So, you know, I'm a bit calmer, so I can tolerate a bit more stress since I'm a bit more relaxed. But, you know, always increase your stress threshold and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? By relaxing. Don't always expect to relax. Don't always expect to be tense. Just expect something. Just expect something. You know what I'm saying? Someone throws a roundhouse kick, you don't slip towards that roundhouse kick as if you expected a punch. You do, and you adapt appropriately. It's as simple as that. But in order to adapt appropriately at a moment's whim, you must practice. Just as talking to a girl, it's just like your stroke. When you want to make a bitch come, you practice. Practice, fucking practice. That's the word of the day. That's the word of the year. That's the word of life. You know what I'm saying? Practice. That's all you got to do. You do anything in your fucking life, you practice. And you got motherfuckers being like, oh, in that case, I can shit on my eyeballs. Yes, you can. But you have to find out the chemicals which fucking produces the hormone for your body to fucking do that. So, I mean, even that's really not a valid argument. It's funny as shit, but it's really not that valid. So, that's just what I had to say. You know, teamwork is not all about just teamwork. It's working on yourself mainly. Because, just say, if your cup of goodness is full, and it's overflowing, you already have more than enough. Because your cup is really not that big. It's just that people like to take more than what you're willing to give. So if you give what you're willing to give, that's more than enough. Because you're full. And that's part of what I got to say today on the serious note.